Florida's win total is currently at 5.5. It's being one of the more talked about win totals that just came out recently, just because it's low for Florida, like it was last year, and two, it's a really tough schedule that they have. So even though it's the win total right now, we still have the whole offseason ahead of us, and it could definitely change depending on other factors. But regardless, it's going to be a tough schedule for Florida, right? So how can Graham Mertz help Florida reach their win total? How can Graham Mertz, how many wins is Graham Mertz worth? Well, I think he's worth more than maybe given credit for. I think he is a key factor. If he plays and takes that next step how he did last year, if he plays well like that, I think they can hit this win total. I think it's tough. I think it's hard. I would not bet on it. I'm staying away, right? But I like Graham Mertz. I know the coaches like him a lot too, and just hearing them talk and having some relationships, I just know that they're really high on him. So hopefully he can take that next step for Florida and Florida fans, and he can move forward with Florida, right? So I want to take a few minutes to talk about what Graham Mertz needs to do, or talk about his playing from last year, and then go through Florida's schedule, and let's see what's the pathway for them to reach this win total, or to hit this over, right? To get above 5.5 wins, to get 6 wins. What's the pathway? Well, Graham Mertz last year, I think he had that career year, right? I know. He had a career year, career best, took care of the football, pushed the ball downfield more than he has previously, and was extremely accurate. He ran Napier's offense really well. And I still think he's probably a bit underrated, right? Like I get the questions about Napier, and from the outside looking in, and people smarter than me are talking about Napier and questioning. I get it. They're smarter than me. It's over my head. But I still think he did a really good job with Mertz. I think Mertz is a top half SEC quarterback. If he takes that next step, they could be in a better position maybe than people think, right? So he's accurate. He took care of the football, and he pushed it downfield at times. If he takes care of the football again and they can slow the game down, they can be in striking distance of some of these games, some of these games that they're going to be underdogs in, right? So I think that's the pathway to get that 6+ wins, taking care of the football and slowing the game down. Now, with that said, admittedly, it's still a tough task, right? Like, this is probably this may be the toughest schedule I've seen out there. Arkansas has a pretty tough schedule. This is an extremely tough schedule that we're about to go through. Probably the toughest schedule that I've seen right now, right? So with that said, let's dive into the schedule. Let's touch on each game and talk about who is the favorite and who has to do what to win this game. But before we do, if this is your first time watching the channel, thanks for watching. We're a big quarterback hub. We talk all things college quarterback related. So please consider liking and subscribing and sharing the video if you like. If you your niche is the quarterback position, right? So let's talk Miami now. Miami home game, opening the year. I think Miami's going. You probably lean Miami. Miami's probably the favorite. You got Cam Ward, who's maybe one of the best quarterbacks in college football, but I don't think the advantage is that extreme. I really don't. I get Miami's the favorite. I get Florida is being talked about as not being very good, but I still hold that hope that Florida can have a better season than people are saying. I for whatever reason, I'm probably completely wrong. Maybe I am, but I still am holding out hope that they can have a better season than what's being projected. However, Miami is not. They're not in a similar boat. Like, there's a lot of excitement. They're recruiting well. They have a lot of talent. It's just, can they get it to succeed on the field? So if they can get the talent to play how people are talking about them going to play, if Cam Ward is the quarterback that a lot of people say he's going to be this year, then yeah, Miami wins this game. But it's at the Swamp. It's home for Florida, and Graham Mertz is still an experienced quarterback. So I think you lean Miami, but I think it's more toss-up than maybe given credit for. And we'll get to this in a second, but I think Florida's going to have to win this game if they're going to get 6 wins, right? So it's going to be tough, right? But flippy. All right, Samford at home, win. Aggies at home. New coach, young quarterback Connor Wigman, who I'm really, really high on. He does have some experience. I think you lean A&M, but I think that's toss-up-y. I think it's toss-up-y. All right, we'll come back to that. Mississippi State, it's away. You got to win that game. UCF, home. You got to win that game. Tennessee, away. Tough, but I think you have a better chance than maybe people think. I think Nico's a stud, their quarterback, but I think you have a better chance than given credit for right now. Kentucky, home. You got to win. All right, and now these last 5 games, this is like the big stretch here. That's probably the toughest stretch in all of college football, because all 5 of these teams I'm about to name could be top 10 teams in college football. All right, you got Georgia, neutral field in Jacksonville, probably a loss. Texas, away, probably a loss. LSU at home. LSU's defense is bad, right? At least they were last year. If they take that next step, if LSU improves, I think offensively they're going to be pretty good. And so you lean LSU. LSU should win, right? But I think it's more coin flippy than maybe people think. Ole Miss, home. Lean Ole Miss, but at the same time, it's more coin flippy than people think. The Ole Miss is getting all these big transfers in, and so they got to mesh well together. And you got Florida State away, lean Florida State. Again, rivalry games are always kind of coin flippy, but you lean Florida State, right? So based off that, if you lose to Miami and A&M at home, the first 3 games, I think you have no shot of hitting the over. If you start 1-2, then you may finish 4-8. That's probably the realistic probability if you start 1-2. Now, if you are 2-1 and you beat A&M or you beat Miami, you beat one of those 2, then all you have to do is knock off Tennessee, Georgia, Texas, LSU, or Ole Miss, right? Assuming you don't slip up against Mississippi State, UCF, and Kentucky. And those aren't gimme games. I'm talking about them like they're gimme games. They're really not. I'm just saying to hit the over, those are games that you really do have to win. So I think we're going to know within the first 3 games if they're going to hit the over. They got the toughest stretch in college football, the toughest 5-game stretch to finish the season as well. So super tough schedule. But I think there's a chance they find a way because I think Graham Mertz can take that next step. But Florida fans, SEC fans, am I crazy for thinking they may find a way? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And I'm not saying I'd bet on this or that I'm 100% sure they'll find a way because it's so early and this schedule is extremely tough. But I'm like 50-50 they maybe find a way. Maybe I'm a bit more optimistic than other people are out there. But like I said, we're going to find out really soon. Within the first 3 games, we'll know, right? So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do they hit the over? Do they not? What do you think about Graham Mertz in general? Just let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And again, please like, share, and subscribe. We just put out quarterback content on a regular basis if you like that type of stuff. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.